Hello there, lovely people. It's Alex from Nintendo Live here, and I'm not alone. I'm joined by the wonderful, the stupendous Mr. Felix. Hello.
Hello, Alex. It is nice to be here.
So, anyone who isn't in the know, a Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase just flipping happened. We're going to be going through every single game that was featured, but before we get into that, there's something we just want to mention.
Mother 3.
Mother 3 is coming to Nintendo Switch Online in Japan and Japan only.
I'm so sad, Alex. This is a real gut punch.
I mean, it is coming to Switch at last. It's just
true.
Not in a language I speak or can even remotely read.
No, but this just further solidifies that we are not getting Mother 3 over here, which, I don't know, I had this hope, but yeah, that's a real shame. Real shame.
It's weird that was in the Partner Showcase as well, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Partner Showcase proper. So there's been a lot of stuff spilling around regarding Xbox, and are they going to give up on hardware? Are they going to do this? Are they going to do that? And one of the things they've decided to do is release Grounded on Switch, and it doesn't look like it runs that well.
I'm not gonna lie, this looks pretty bad on Switch.
It's ambitious, at least, you know, and the crossplay thing's really cool, you know.
Yes.
I always like it when stuff like that is included, but I can't help but feel that maybe they shouldn't if it's going to be in this state. I mean, I don't know. This could be pre-release and stuff like that. It may get better, but if this is what they're showing off, it's...
Yeah, I was not impressed with I mean, it's cool that it's on Switch, but man, did it look rough.
It did. Fingers crossed that this is something that will change, but I don't... let's just say I don't expect it.
But the next game didn't look as rough, luckily, and Magnolia. Personally, I don't really know this series, but it looked pretty cool.
Me neither. I'm not going to lie. But I do like the word homunculi, so I'm on board for that.
Who knew that was all it took to get Alex hooked?
A good word, everyone knows that. A good word, and I'm frothing at the mouth. Next up, they showed a Ranger, which is a little sort of like top-down puzzle game where things only move when you move. It's super hot.
I'm always up for when they try something new. It does look the kind of game that I would just be struggling with the puzzles, because it looked like, yeah.
They also had Unicorn, I nearly said Unicorn Overlord. That's not correct. Unicorn Overlord, which I think I've seen mentioned before.
Yes.
I don't think this is a new announcement.
This is a highly anticipated game by many people. It does look really, really good, I think, personally. I don't think I'll play it, but it does look like the kind of game that will have you glued to your screen with tough decisions and some good gameplay.
And there's a demo today.
Yeah, that's really exciting.
Like right now. Then we had, this was a bit of a surprise for me, Monster Hunter Stories. Really like the sequel. Only ever got to play the first one ultra briefly at a preview event. God knows how many years ago now. I would say some. I think it was 2017 or something. Yeah. But yeah, you know, the second one was good, and this is like, it's fully voice acted now, and yeah, I've got no qualms with the first, you know, the first one coming over. I like the second. I'm sure the first one's great too. Then we had Epic Mickey Rebrushed.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
Yeah. I mean, apparently it's a remake, which is interesting. It's coming out in 2024. Once again, doesn't look like it runs tremendously well, if I'm brutally
I think that's the main takeaway from me, at least, of this partner showcase. So many of the games just doesn't look like they run really well on Switch, which is unfortunate. But what I do like about the Epic Mickey remake is like the tagline rebrushed. That's just nice.
It's a nice tagline, yeah. But you know, I'll take FPS over a nice tagline. I mean, I don't know which one this is based on, but obviously it was released for the Wii, and it was released for the 360 and PS3, I want to say. And it should run better on Switch. Even they say it's a remake. I don't know if it's coming to other platforms. I don't think they've said. But either way, yeah, it, you know, really should be running better on Switch, which is a little disappointing, personally.
Yeah. But it is cool that it is on Switch, though. I didn't see that coming. So
no, it wasn't on my bingo card that I didn't make.
A lot of this stuff wasn't on my bingo card, like the next one on the list.
Yeah, Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, or if you like, no.
Yes, I like it like that.
Shin Megami Tensei V Vengeance.
Yeah.
don't call it that because that's not what it's called. I am not entirely clear as to whether this is DLC or whether it's a brand new game based around Shin Megami Tensei 5.
It's DLC, but I was not sure either.
You know what? I've got to look in my emails. It turns out it's a definitive version of Shin Megami Tensei 5. So I suppose it's kind of the equivalent of Persona 5 Royal.
That makes perfectly sense. Yeah, Atlas tends to do those with... I did say that there was an extra chapters and that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's really cool to see.
I mean, it could have been clearer. They could have said it's the definitive version. Maybe they did, and I missed it. I don't know. I'm not.
Well,
I'm not
missed
beyond.
it as well.
Not beyond faults. Then we had Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection, which was a bit of a surprise. I know there's a lot of love for the old Battlefront games.
Yeah.
I've never played them myself.
I played the second one at my friends' houses when I was a kid, and that was a great time. I remember them looking really good, and now we see them again. It's like... So
it's a little rough, but I don't know. I quite like that old aesthetic.
There's a certain charm. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And there's like, I'm not familiar with the games, but they mentioned like a hero mode where you can play as Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, and more, they said. And there were loads of other people. So I don't know if that's a new mode or a returning mode, but, you know, it all looks good. You know, I'm never against these sort of things happening. I imagine it's being handled by Aspyr. Then we had South Park Snow Day, which I've not seen that much about, to be brutally honest, so I don't have an especially strong opinion. Next up, they had Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream. Now, I'm loosely aware of Sword Art Online, but have never imbibed any of it.
Yep. No, you can just keep going. I've nothing. I don't know anything about this.
This is why we need Xeon. Xeon is unfortunately not available at the moment, but if he were here, I'm sure he'd have something to say. Speaking of Xeon-friendly things, Gundam Breaker 4. Now, I know Gundam a bit, but mostly the models. It's clearly a popular series. Nothing ever gets 4 without being good, except maybe the Matrix trilogy. Then we had Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble, which appears to be a brand new Super Monkey Ball game, which once again was not on my bingo card list.
This was actually one of the things I was most excited about. This looked really good.
Yeah, I'm always a little bit dubious of Monkey Ball games, I'm not going to lie, because... how to put this gently, they have been a bit hit and miss historically.
Yes.
You know, the first and the second were really, really good. Then there was Adventure, which... wasn't. And then, you know, sort of things started getting a bit wobbly on the Wii and stuff like that, and I don't mean that as a pun. But, you know, they seem to have sort of found their footing a little bit more recently with the recent remakes, so I'm hoping this is going to be, like, a good game.
Yeah, and they have Super Monkey Ball Ball Royale.
Yeah, is that what it's actually called?
No, that was just me.
No,
I
I don't know if it actually is a battle royale or whether it's just a high number multiplayer experience.
I think it's the latter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably if you fall off, you just, you know, you have to stay.
Oh, it's called Top Banana, I think. That's what I've written in my notes anyway.
I mean, if it isn't called that, something has gone wrong.
They're missing a trick, aren't they? But 200 new stages as well, which is always nice.
Yeah.
That's what really... Because I was like, okay, what's this a remake of? And I immediately assumed it was another Monkey Ball remake. But no, brand new one. Well up for that. Yeah, it's only coming to Switch. For now, because that seems to be what happens. But anyway, it's coming out on the 25th of June. Wahoo! Next up, World of Goo 2, which I knew existed. I absolutely adore the original World of Goo. Have you ever played it?
I've seen about it. It looks really fun, but I don't know what other than you have to transport goo.
I mean, you've pretty much nailed it, to be honest.
Oh, lovely!
Yeah, it's a game by what are now called Tomorrow Corporation. It was also 2D Boy on the original World of Goo. Don't know if that's still the case with this one, but I love World of Goo. It was a great game. I think I originally played it on my iPad back in the day, you know, and that was a grand old time. Never say no to a sequel. I think it was released on WiiWare at one point.
Hasn't this been like 10 years in the making? I saw something about that or something crazy.
Oh, God, something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming out on the 23rd of May, and the 4-player mode is going to be exclusive to Switch. Wow.
That just tickled my brain, like inviting 3 other people over to play World of Goo 2.
Come on, guys. Come on over. We'll get the pizzas in and play World of Goo 2.
Oh, lovely.
We're laughing, but the game is no doubt going to be fantastic. I'm sure of it.
Yes.
And it's going to be a console exclusive, apparently, which suggests it's coming to Steam just like everything else. Including possibly the next game, Fantasy Life I, The Girl Who Steals Time.
Yeah.
I had to double take when I looked at this because I'm fairly certain The Girl Who Steals Time is a tagline from another game, but I haven't Googled it.
Maybe. I mean, it's nice that we finally have a release date because we've known about this game for a while now. And yeah.
Maybe that's why I think I know of it already.
Maybe. That might be the case. The first one, pretty clear claimed. Let's see if they can hit a home run again with this one.
Yeah, people liked it on the 3DS, didn't they? But yeah, I've just Googled it. It wasn't another game. It's just I must have heard of this back when it was revealed last year. Like over a year ago it was it was uploaded on Nintendo of America. But that's coming on the 10th of October.
Yes.
Which, considering this partner showcase was focusing on games coming to the Nintendo Switch in the first half of 2024, it means October's coming early this year. Anyway, then we have another Crab's Treasure. I've seen this before and I assumed it was already out. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it looks brilliant, and it was another game without a release date, and now it finally has one. And it actually runs okay on Switch, which I was really happy to see.
Yeah, you know, it's I love the term I just caught during it, and I've written it in my notes. Umami magic, and then afterwards I've written hee hee.
Legit, when I was watching the direct, I said like a couple of times, umami magic. It sounds fun in the mouth.
That's coming out on the 25th of April. Something that isn't coming out on the 25th of April, Penny's Big Breakaway, which is coming out today. It's made by the Sonic Mania devs.
This looks really good. I don't know if it looks amazing on Switch, but it looks really nice.
Well, we can find out today, can't we? I'm really keen on this game.
Yes.
I must admit, personally, you know, sort of, I love the look of the gameplay. The worlds look great. Penny herself, her design, I really don't like it. I'm really sorry, but I really don't like her design for some reason. It just rubs me up the wrong way. Not enough to make me not want to play the game, but I've got to have opinions on the internet, and we've got to have something spicy in here.
Yeah, I think it's the kind of game that I want it to be as smooth as possible because it looks to be fast-paced, 3D platform. It looks really nice. I just think I might be picking this up, not on the Switch.
Oh yeah, but the Sonic Mania devs, I have every confidence that it's going to run well on Switch, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Another thing we got was Suika Game Multiplayer DLC, which, whoa, hold on to your hats, guys. It's a big announcement. It's available today, and it's paid DLC. And it doesn't even include online multiplayer to begin with. So moving on, we have Pepper Grinder, which is coming out on the 28th of March, and there is a demo today. Felix, I know you like this one.
This was probably the main highlight of the entire partner showcase. I just loved it. Looks so fun, this game, and it's coming out on my birthday. Yoo-hoo! I really like the art style, music. Yeah, everything just ticked the right boxes for me with this one, and I can't wait to try the demo after we have stopped talking.
It's a great looking game. I think it's been announced for a while now, but it's really nice that it's coming soon.
I hadn't seen it before.
Also, big fan of the name because I myself have an enormous pepper grinder. I will send you a picture to include in the video now.
Wow.
But moving on, we have Pocket. Moving on, we have Pocket Card Jockey Ride On, which is a remake of the 3DS game that took the Nintendo Life staff by storm when it first came out. I don't think I was part of the team when it came out, but yeah, everyone was going on about it when we watched it, and so that was quite cool.
Yeah, and this was stuck on the 3DS. It was a eShop exclusive. I bought the game on the 3DS just before the eShop closed, just to make sure I had it, because people say it's really good. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but it's really nice.
Well, there's egg on your face.
It's really nice that it's on Switch with an online mode, so it's remastered. And there's a demo available right now. So yeah, I can't complain. This was, I did, again, not see this coming. And yeah, looks really nice.
Do you know what else I didn't see coming? Snufkin Melody of Moomin Valley. I know you're interested in this one because it's Moomin.
Oh, yes. I actually did see this coming because it was announced a while ago. But yeah, now we have a release.
It was announced at MoominCon 2023.
I just really like how this game looks. Lovely art style. My wife especially is a big fan of Moomin, and she collects these Moomin cups. And yeah, can't wait to see her play this because it looks like a really chill, splendid time. 7th of March, soon. Woohoo!
Whoa! What's less soon is Tales of Kenzera Zao, or ZAU, I don't know. This looks like it's taking notes from like Prince of Persia in many ways, which is impressive considering that game's not been out long. But yeah, we don't get to see an awful lot of it. It was during a sizzle reel, but yeah, I like the look of it from what I saw.
Yeah, they announced this back at the Game Awards. It was a really nice presentation. Now, I can't remember the name of the person who's like behind the studio who's making this, but he had a really lovely speech where he talked about how his father unfortunately passed away and how to deal with that stuff, and how this character in the game also is that sort of, goes through the same thing. So it was a really emotional speech, and yeah, I actually think this game looks quite all right.
Then we had Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Sweep the Board, which I don't have an opinion about, unfortunately.
First off, I haven't seen Demon Slayer, and I think a lot of the reason why the direct maybe didn't live up to expectations for me, especially, was there was just a lot of stuff that I didn't know about. That doesn't mean it was a bad partner showcase. There was just a lot of stuff where I was a bit at loss. Just like with Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Sweep the Board, which is coming out the 26th of April. What do you think of Kingdom Come Deliverance, though?
I've heard of Kingdom Come Deliverance. I've heard really good things about it. I've heard some people go on and on about how, sort of realistic it is and things like that, unless I'm getting it confused with another game, which is entirely possible. But yeah, I've heard good things about it. Seems like a solid addition to the Switch. Yep. Yep, more of this, please. It seems to run reasonably okay as well. Better than Grounded. But it's the Royal Edition as well, and it's coming out on the 15th of March. But what's not the Royal Edition is Contra Operation Gallagher, which we've already seen before.
Yes.
And yeah, it looks like a Contra game, not gonna lie. It looks reasonably pretty, and it seems to run reasonably well.
It's like a reimagining of the old games, but with new graphics.
Yeah.
So, yeah, now, again, we have a release date. There's a lot of these games that just got a release date, which we knew about at 12th of March. It is nice that a lot of these games have a release date fairly soon. Also, something that's coming out really, really soon, though, is Pentiment, which I've been dying to play because people say it's so good, and I love the visuals. And now it's finally not stuck on Xbox. I can take it with me on the go. It looks like it's just made for the Switch to take on the go.
I have never, I've heard of Pentiment. I've never seen anything about it. In my mind, it was more of a third-person AAA like action. Like combat game, just from the, I just had the name. I didn't know what that meant. Obviously Pentiment doesn't necessarily conjure up those images, but it's nor does Lies of P, and that, look what happened with that. I tried to get into that, it just didn't work for me. But yeah, this is coming. It was an Xbox exclusive, and they just stuck it on a sizzle reel, which I don't know. I don't want to say it feels rude, but it feels a bit rude.
It was a bit weird because this is like a big announcement. So yeah, it's coming out tomorrow. So that's really exciting.
Which is the 22nd of Feb, the same release date as Splatoon 3 Side Order.
Ooh.
Moving on. The penultimate announcement was more Rare games coming to Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah.
Including Snake Rattle and Roll. I say including, it's all of them. Snake Rattle and Roll, RC Pro-Am, Battletoads and Battle Maniacs, Killer Instinct, and Blast Corps. And they are coming today. And I can't lie, I'd already scrubbed through a little bit, saw more Rare games, thought, brilliant! And then went back to the start, watched the whole thing, got to the new Rare games, and it's like, some of the B-list games from Rare Replay. I mean, don't get me wrong, Killer Instinct especially. I really like Killer Instinct. Battletoads is good. I've heard really good things about Blast Corps, but never really given it that much time. I was just kind of hoping for Banjo-Tooie or Donkey Kong 64 or, Conker's Bad Fur Day. All the games that people obviously want. So I wouldn't say I'm disappointed, but I'm a little bit disappointed.
I got really excited when I saw the Rare logo, and I think I had pretty much the same reaction as you.
Yeah, I mean, none of these are bad additions. This just sort of feels like... What this feels like is, again, Xbox, Microsoft seeding things onto other platforms because
No, don't get me wrong.
They own
it's
Rare.
not bad. I just really wanted to see Rare's version of Donkey Kong.
Yeah, or Diddy Kong Racing. That would have been good.
That would have been lovely. And then we had the last announcement. Endless Ocean Luminous, 2nd of May.
It's the sequel to Endless Ocean, which I've heard good things about but never played. So, unfortunately, as a sort of a final reveal, I wouldn't say it fell flat, but it was just sort of like, oh, that's interesting. For me, at least. I don't know how you felt, Felix.
I think it fell even more flat for me because I had never heard of Endless Ocean. So it's just, wow, 5 frames per second fish. Lovely.
I think that's a little unfair.
But no, it does look fun. If the first one did well, great. It's coming out soon. When did the first game release?
I think it was 2007 in Europe, at least. I think it was later in North America.
That makes more sense why I haven't heard of it then.
Yeah, but there was also a sequel to it back then. This isn't the first sequel we had Endless Ocean 2, so this is another Endless Ocean.
Yeah,
I'm assuming it's not a remake. I'm not familiar enough with the previous game to know whether, hey, yeah, you can spot that ray near that cluster of rocks. They were very well received games. Weirdly, it was originally published by Nintendo. So given that this is a partner showcase, it would sort of suggest it's not being published by Nintendo, which is an interesting twist. Or maybe it is. We had Mother 3 in the Japanese direct, as we mentioned. So who knows?
You had to bring it back.
It's cyclical. Life is cyclical, and we've come back to the beginning.
Yeah.
But that was the direct showcase. Mark out of 10, Felix. What would you give it?
Oh, for me personally, it was not very good. I think I would give it maybe a 6 or 5 or 6. I was not very.
I mean, I'd give it a 6, considering that 5 would be dead average.
Okay, well, I'll give it a 5 then, because for me it was nothing really tickled.
Yeah, it had a few interesting things in there.
Yeah,
but I
exactly.
think as silly as it sounds, I haven't really been thinking about it because I've been preoccupied with other things, just like other things in my life. So there was, and also the fact that it's a partner showcase, my expectations were lower. So, I mean, if this was like in theory, like standard Nintendo Direct, I would have scored it lower.
Yeah.
But yeah, my expectations were low. So, and they were just, they were met. There were some fun things in there, but nothing blew my socks off. My socks remain unblown.
I think I would give it a good C. I'm changing the scoring metric.
Well, I'd give it a Roman numeral for 57.
Wow, that's incredibly high.
Out of a billion. No. Anyway, we're sort of rambling a little bit, which we've been known to do. What did you think of the showcase? Let us know with a comment down below. And for now, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, then why don't you ramble on and on and on, and on and on and on and on and on, and on and on and on and on and on. And on to that subscribe button, and be sure to check out NintendoLife.com for all sorts of lovely Nintendo-related content. Thank you again for watching. Bye-bye.
Hey Alex, are you ready to pop in a game of Suika Game multiplayer DLC?
Try and stop me. Please try and stop me.